My number one focus is targeting gangs, and there's a reason for that. They are committing conservatively 75 to 80% of all of the violent crime that we are seeing within our community.
It was all a stage to make Fani Willis look better. She's using it as a tool to enrich the popularity of her gang, which is the district attorney office. That's the game.
With a YSL mistrial looming, Jeffrey Williams, father of rapper Slim Thug, does an exclusive interview with Atlanta First News. Atlanta First already had this interview, but for some reason, they just decided to drop it today.
Yo, the devil's in full effect.
It does not matter what your notoriety is, what your fame is. If you come to Fulton County, Georgia, and you commit crimes, and certainly if those crimes are in furtherance of a street gang, that you are going to become a target.
Not the cap.
It's bogus, it's prejudice.
Never known for holding his tongue.
I'm speaking on everybody that's sitting in a jail that's just being done wrong.
Huh?
Let me stop you right there, Pops. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Fani Willis is on that wham trying to get your son locked up in this RICO trial. I've seen that there ain't much evidence against him for this entire RICO case. I get all of that. But you can miss me saying you doing this for all the folks that's locked up, bruh.
Exactly.
Jeffrey Williams, the father of Atlanta rapper Young Thug, says he's done being loyal to people and institutions who say they help black men in Fulton County, but don't.
When you refer to them talking about they help black men in that county, but you done found out that they don't, are you sure you talking about all black men, or are you referring to the fact that you and mainly your son have given a lot of money to the Fani Willis campaign and he and all of them are still locked up behind a RICO? That could not be what you're referring to now, is it?
Not slick.
Williams has been reluctantly pulled into the spotlight alongside his son, Young Thug. The rapper is at the center of a very high-profile trial where prosecutors claim his music and crimes are linked. That his record label, YSL, also known as Young Slime Life, is a criminal operation with gang connections.
Well, no shit.
Williams squarely points the finger back at Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, accusing the DA of abusing plea deals by pressuring young men of color
if I cooperate, they give me a year.
He was with her.
who don't have the financial means to fight back to agree to untruths.
Are all of your answers to every question I asked from now on going to be, I don't recall?
Yes.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Which he says were used to build the case against Young Thug and YSL.
We've got to take seriously the court system.
We reached out to Willis for comment, but did not hear back.
Now, this is the part that gets interesting to me, because you hear the news ladies like, yeah, we reached out to Fani Willis. She ain't get back to us and whatnot. Now, why is that important? At the very beginning of this interview, the news lady let it be known that she tried everything not to release this interview. She tried everything to get Fani Willis to answer. She told exactly how long they waited to the exact minute and time.
To be fair, we made this story and held it and made multiple requests to interview DA Fani Willis. I personally reached out on Tuesday. We made additional reaches by phone, text, and email on Wednesday. She has not responded to any of our messages. It is now past 11 p.m. on Thursday night and still no response. DA Fani Willis has talked about these issues on record many times, and in the interest of fairness, we have included some of her previous statements in our reporting tonight.
Bruh, she only doing that because the powers that be told her to go out there, because it looks like Young Thug was right the whole time.
I'm a Mason. I beat all my cases.
If you got something on a person, if you got something to do, you know, to convict them or whatever, do your job. But if you don't just tear a person's life up just cause.
I have some legal advice. Don't confess to crimes on rap lyrics if you do not want them used.
Are you serious?
Fed up, Williams says enough is enough. He now has 3 sons in jail in connection to the YSL RICO trial.
What kind of shit is that?
Williams says the pressure, the legal fees, and the wait to see if young Thug will be freed is taking its toll. But as a father, he's there.
One thing my kids know that society don't know is that regardless of what, Dad gonna be there.
Look, I get you, Dad, and you're gonna be there and all of this stuff, but man, you can drop the whole routine, bro. I get that the DA may not have really evidence to lock him up on these charges or whatever, but for you to be sitting here acting like your son, Mr. King Slime, is not to blame at all for any of the situation that he has found himself in right now, you wild, bro. This is wild, bro. You blaming everybody, but I ain't heard you blame yourself yet for how you have led all of your sons into a jail, bro. You did that. You did that. Not Fani Willis, because there's lots of people that's raised lots of sons that didn't all end up in jail on RICO charges. You raised sons that did. That's just a fact.
That's me and you.
Exactly.
Williams' advocacy for his sons have included emails, letters, and petitions to try and change the course of his son's fate. But this November, for the first time ever, Dad is voting to fight for what he says is way bigger than young Thug's freedom in Georgia's longest ever criminal trial. He's voting to oust Fani Willis, whether his son is freed or not.
Well, obviously you gonna vote for her opponent whether your son is free or not, because you feel like you didn't get what you paid for.
I don't think that my money went the wrong way.
But I'm sure you're, backing her opponent just because her opponent is very, very good for the community, and it has nothing to do with what she'll personally do for your son, right?
Ongoing YSL RICO trial is now facing some new criticism, this time from the Republican nominee for Fulton County District Attorney, Courtney Kramer. Kramer is calling for the immediate dismissal of the case. She's accusing current Fulton County DA Fani Willis of using the trial for media attention rather than pursuing justice. In a statement posted on X, Kramer described the trial as disintegrating and criticized the prosecution for failing to meet legal standards. With ongoing delays, Kramer argues that the trial has strayed from its purpose and is undermining justice.
You can't make this shit up.
My son is gonna get a second chance at life because God's gonna give it to him. By any means necessary, it's gonna happen. It's not his fault. He's good to people.
I'm losing my motherfucking mind, man.
I did ask Jeffrey Williams what is the first thing young Thug plans to do if he is released from jail. He did not disclose much. Instead, he says it's up to young Thug to decide what he's going to do if he's released. But his father has made it clear he wants this case thrown out so his 6 biological children and the 52 children he mentors can pick up their lives and get back to running YSL, a legitimate business, he says, that is registered with the state of Georgia.
So let me get this straight. Let's get this timeline straight. We got court being canceled because the DA done messed up and there's possibly getting ready to be a mistrial. And then while there's a mistrial, they have to release this interview with Young Thug's dad, right before the election. And what is Young Thug's dad talking about? Getting his son out, and he's wearing a hat from her opponent, Kramer, who is talking about just dismissing the case itself. What on earth is going on? Do y'all have any more tricks up y'all sleeve to try to get this mistrial this week?
Time now is 6:07. In a few hours, a protest is expected in front of the Fulton County Courthouse over the YSL RICO trial. Organizers say recent events during proceedings have raised questions about the integrity of the trial.
You can't make this shit up.
11 Alive's Karis Belger is live outside of the Fulton County Courthouse. Karis, quite an eventful week to say the least, and we know court will not be in session today.
It will not be in session today, nor was it in session yesterday. We do understand right now lawyers are negotiating with the state. And earlier this week, a witness was asked to read social media posts on the witness stand. His testimony led to the latest events and a scolding from Judge Paige Whitaker from the bench. During that time, that witness read a social media post that was unredacted, and it had names of incarcerated defendants. The defense moved for a mistrial as a result, but Judge Whitaker, the third judge to oversee the trial, dismissed the jury and witnesses and proceeded to scold the prosecution.
What I'm trying to do is fix your sloppiness.
Oh, no, you didn't. Wait a minute. No, you didn't.
So that everybody won't have wasted, 10, 12 months of their lives in this trial.
So now you see exactly what I was talking about.
The YSL trial is the longest in the history of the state of Georgia. I'll have more on what Judge Whitaker said about a possible mistrial in the next half hour. Back to you.
The news is literally promoting a protest to help Young Thug get a mistrial. There was nobody out there. So how does the news know that there's supposed to be a protest? There's nobody out there. I can't even believe the updates that are going on with this YSL trial. I think a mistrial is about to happen. I think Thug going home. You've been following us from the beginning. You know that we've been saying that Thug's going home. We definitely going to talk about this more on the live stream tonight. Get in the comments right now. Do you think that all of this is a scam right now, right in front of our eyes, to get Young Thug out of jail? Because it looks like everybody else from YSL probably is going to sit down. But Thugger, not so much. Do you agree or disagree? Get in the comments right now. We'll be back with more updates right here on the Real Late Night Crew. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. God is great. Peace.
I'm a Mason. I beat all my cases.